So let's come into a seated position. Let's just find ourselves here. A good way to kind of ground in after all that, right, is just rub your legs. Just a nice little way to just say, I'm here, I'm grounding, because our legs are part of our method of grounding. Like if you were to go outside, you'd be grounding with your feet, and your feet are just that little extension of your root. So your hands are extensions of your heart because they give you big hugs. And your legs are just extensions of the grounding. Your hands can ground too, but this is how we cook with love, with our hands and our arms. Anyway, so let's just settle in. Let's just ground ourselves. If you have to, just let yourself know that you're here. It's just another way of like somatic touching of your skin, just letting your body know that you're safe, you're here, and you're just ready to like get this yoga stuff going. Just kind of take note of your breath. Just come to find a nice subtle way of breathing. We're not going to do anything like super like we've been doing. Is just sit here and just take note of our breath while we just ground in and just become present to where we are. I'll turn that off for a second. Because oh, okay. So we're not going to ground just yet. All the distractions are happening. I mean, a lot of people want this job, but it's a big job. Yeah. Hello, Jeff. Where'd you go? Okay, so let's just take a moment. Again, we're going to ground in. We're just going to take a moment to just feel where our breath is. The things that we want to note, are we taking breaths through both nostrils, one nostril? Again, this is not judging. This is just feeling, just kind of noting where we are. How does it feel coming through our throat, whether we're breathing in or out? How is it coming into our lungs? Are you using both lungs? Are you using one lung? Are you coming into your chest only? Or are you breathing all the way into your belly? So those are little notes, but we're not changing anything. We're just noting where our breath is. And then take a moment and just raise your shoulders up to your ears. Take a big breath in. And then on the out breath, just sigh it out like sharply. Breathe it in again. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Sigh it out sharply. And then breathe it in one more time, all the way up to your ears. And then sigh it out sharply. And then take your neck and your head and just roll. We're only going to do the front roll. We're not going to go all the way back because sometimes our necks are not liking the whole like all the way around because our heads are really heavy compared to our neck. We're just noting, man, I got some stiff neck muscles. I'm like, man, all that computer time, I guess. Just going back and forth, just kind of noticing anything in our upper body, anything in our neck, anything in our upper back. Especially with today's intention is on balance. So the intention needs to be toward the focus and concentration. So as always, you can bring your own intention or you can use mine, especially while we're in focus and concentration. So it's a big adventure. It's a big journey because we might fall over. We might balance on one side best than the other side. So it's all about an adventure today. All right, so we're gonna get up on our hands and knees and do some cat-cow just to articulate our back. Let me turn the music back on. Just to give us something to, what do you call it? Just to come into ourselves. So cat-cow, breathe in, send your chest up, head up, lower your spine, lower your belly. Again, so cat, we're gonna push away from the floor, separate the shoulder blades. Cow, breathe in, look up, chest up. Exhale, cat, pushing away from the floor. One more time, breathe in, cow, big breath, and then cat, big exhale. You can continue to do some cat-cow on your own if you want, or you can just send your hips to the side just for a little difference, especially if you've been sitting all day, if you're in a corporate office or a corporate job, a lot of sitting. Or even if you're standing, that's a lot of hip work. And then if you want, you can do big rotations where you're going to the front and then you're breathing, you're exhaling in the back, you're breathing in toward the front. Just big. So whatever your body needs. So you can continue to do cat-cow. You can do whatever you need to in this moment because we're just starting. All right. Okay, let's come into a child's pose real quick just to see. Do some dynamic stuff. If you want, you can always just kind of rock from side to side, get that side body. If you just want to extend your arms, that's quite all right. If you just want to stay still, that's okay. I have my knees together so that it helps to decompress the spine. If you prefer to open up your knees, keep your toes together and extend your arms so that your chest comes down to the mat. Always put your forehead on the floor if you can. If not, a block is okay. So if you have any music in the background going, you can always rock out to the music in the background. I don't know if you can hear the music that I have playing, but feel free to have your own. All right, coming up again into the cat-cow table position, and we're going to tuck our toes and come all the way up into down dog. Oh, yes. Pedal out your feet for a little bit of extension to the calves, especially. Get a little bit more extension into the calves by pushing into your shoulder blades, which will lengthen out your back and allow your legs to feel a little bit more of a stretch. So, oh, that feels so good. Come out into a plank. Bring your knees down to the floor and then lower yourself all the way to the floor. Bring your thumbs to below your chest or your brow line, and then squeeze your shoulders and squeeze your shoulder blades and your elbows together and just rise up for baby cobra. Not a whole lot of effort here, and then come down. You can go through child's pose and into down dog if you'd like, and rise up. Just such a great way. Oh, this feels so good. And then roll out to plank, come down on your knees and follow all the way down to the mat again. We're going to rise up into cobra a little bit higher. So again, squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your elbows together and rise up. A little bit more effort with the arms, keeping the shoulder blades down from your ears, and then come down, push back into child's pose, come into down dog. Oh my goodness, my calves are super tight today. Okay, on the next breath, start to walk your feet toward your hands, the front of the mat. And we're just gonna see where we are with our forward fold. We're just gonna lean over a little bit, just allow ourselves to hang. You can either hang like a rag doll, just let your arms go. You can grab your elbows on either side and you can always sway. You can take your arms to the backs of your legs like so, or just sit there and hang. A little nodding of your head, shake of your head for a little bit more tension release. We'll stay here for another breath or two. Start to rise up slowly and enjoy the little moment here. I do. I love house music. We have an Ibiza playlist going on back behind us, so it's very clubby music. All right, so we're going to use the momentum of what we're listening to do sun salutations. So take your arms up above your head, look up, chest up, chin up, and then come down for a forward fold. Rise up halfway. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back behind you. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or all the way to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Take your right leg back behind you. Swing it through for runner's lunge. Look forward. Breathe in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg or left leg back behind. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, down to the floor. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg back behind you. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, down dog. Or excuse me, exhale, forward fold. Opposite day. All right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale all the way back down to forward fold. We're going to add on here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back behind you. You have the option of keeping your knee above the mat or bringing it down to the mat. I'll bring it down for just this one. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale down. Inhale, look forward, bring your knee up if it's on the mat. Exhale, down dog. Inhale at the plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or all the way to the mat, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg back behind you, swing it through for runner's lunge. Exhale. Send your knee down if you want. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, frame your foot. Inhale, look forward, knee off the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back behind you. Bring your knee down to the floor. Keep it up off the mat. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, frame your foot. Inhale, look forward. Knee off the mat. Send your right foot back to meet the left and down dog. Exhale. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or all the way to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg back behind you. Swing it through for runner's lunge. Knee down to the floor, off the mat. Rise up. Exhale, frame your foot. Inhale, look forward, knee up off the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing. And then inhale, chair. Actually, it would be more of an exhale, but that's all right. So while we listen to our music here. So we're going to sit just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then we're going to bring our hands to prayer. We're going to twist to the left. So right elbow meets left knee. And we're going to twist open. If that's not possible, you can always just do like this. Now bring your hands down to the floor since you're close to it now. And then if you need to, you can do a walk back, hop, step, jump, float, whatever you need to go into plank position. Chaturanga or down to the floor, up dog or cobra, and then down dog. Bending your knees and allowing your feet to just come forward just a little bit, looking at the space between your hands. You can either walk toward your hands, hop, float, step, or jump in between your hands. Okay. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And then come back in the chair. We're going to do the twist on the opposite side. And then our music slowed down a little bit, so. Okay, so we're going to come down in prayer hands. We're going to come down deep into our chair and then take our left elbow to our right knee and then twist open. Again, if this is not possible, you can always just twist however best you can. But we're already close to the floor, so let's bring our hands down by our feet. Again, hop, step, jump, float back into plank. Come down, and then up, and then down dog. We're going to stay right here because we're going to start our standing postures. Just take a little moment. If you need to take a drink of water, need a break, if you want to dance, hop around or whatever. Take your right leg back behind you, swing it through. We're going to come up to warrior two. It's like, so peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Come down for extended side angle or supported side angle, supported with your elbow and your knee together, or down here on the floor. You can always use a block. Looking up at your hand, using your elbow and your knee that are pressing against each other to open up, to twist open just a little bit more. And then if you want a little challenge, your arm that's down by the floor can come up, and then we're going to come into peaceful warrior. Unbend that front knee, come down for triangle. If you have a block close by, now would be a good time to set it up off of the pinky, about 6 inches in front, so that we can get ready for half moon. So if you didn't just see me do that, so what usually happens is we put our booty on display. So if you can see your back foot, just lean back and then allow your head to come over your front foot. I sometimes do some defaults that I know better. All right. When you get ready to go into half moon, just start to bend your knee, find your block, and come up for half moon. And when you're done holding half moon, if you feel like you've had enough, you can go ahead and come back into a warrior two position. If you want to try something a little more challenging, grab your back foot and then pull your foot behind you. This is also called the sugar cane, I think. This was like a Charlotte, North Carolina name. I'm not really sure what it's actually called. So coming back into warrior two, peaceful warrior. Hands all the way down, frame your foot, step back, either into down dog or do a vinyasa of chaturanga or down to the floor, up dog or cobra, and to down dog. Take your left foot back behind you, swing it through for runner's lunge, and then come up for some warrior two action. Peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Coming down for extended side angle or supported side angle. You want a little challenge, take your arm that's toward the bottom, send it out in front of you, and then come up for peaceful warrior. Unbend that front leg and come down for triangle. You have your block in front of you, just move it over to the left. And about one more breath, start to bend that front knee. Keep your arm up to the sky, and then come up for half moon. Again, you can always take your back leg into your hands, and then push your foot into your hand for a little sugarcane action. But if you're done doing any kind of half moon or balanced pose, just go ahead and come into warrior two. Whoa. Peaceful warrior. And then arms just kind of cartwheel down. Frame your foot, do your little vinyasa or stay in, or just meet me in down dog. Take your right foot back behind you. Swing it through. Come up for warrior two. I always feel like, I got this. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. And what we're going to do from here is just unbend that front leg, and we're going to already be in triangle. We're going to take our back leg, we're going to swing it through and come up for stork. Swing it through, come on. You know, when you do it on your own, it always works out. Yeah. So we're going to come up for stork, arms overhead, knee bent. We're going to take our left hand, which is available, to come back around. We're going to find our foot. We're going to pivot around so that our hand is inside our arch. Do you want a strap? We're going to lean, we're going to come up, we're going to extend up, so breathe in. And as you exhale, find a spot and start to concentrate. And then when you release your foot, come into warrior three. So you can either have your arms out, you can have them here, you can have them here, or you can have them here. Your center of balance is going to change wherever your arms go. And then come up. Warrior 2.5. Bring your arms up, forward fold. Hop, step, or float into a plank or into down dog, whichever you prefer. Down dog. Down dog it is. Take your left foot back behind you. Swing it through for runner's lunge and come up into warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Extended side angle. And then unbend that front leg and you're already in triangle. On the next breath, swing your right leg through and come up for stork. Working with the balance. Find concentration. Take your right arm, swing it back with your left or your right foot. Grab your right foot. Pivot your hand to the inside of your foot. Extend up Breathe in, exhale, folding over, hinging at the hips, kicking your foot into your hand. And when you're ready, let go of that foot and come into warrior three. Bring both feet together, rise up, come down, forward fold, and then hop, step, or jump into down dog or do your vinyasa. Whew. If you ever find a moment to dance, just do that. Okay, come down to your knees. This is actually a good song. You doing okay? Oh, from all that dancing yesterday? Oh, when you go dancing, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so because we just did a lot of low back work, because that's what balancing does, is it challenges us in these different body parts. So we're gonna lean back. Now you can take your blanket, you can fold it again if you need to for a little bit higher height. You can use a pillow, chair cushion, couch cushion, blanket, towel, whatever, you can do. But the reason why I want to get us up off the mat and onto something is because we're going to really focus in on our lower back and our hips. Just because of our lifestyle and we don't really get out too much, our hips generally are kind of locked in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our feet together. We're going to come into a diamond. We're not going to do the full butterfly. The full butterfly would be this. We're just going to come into a diamond. If you have a bolster or some blocks, it'd be great to have them, because we're going to do a little, we're going to build our little house here. And then wherever you need to come down, you'll be able to rest your head. So the idea is to rest your head. So if you have blocks or a bolster, you can rest your head that way. We will open up our feet just so that we get used to our feet opening up. And what this does is, it's just an amazing thing. I'm not really sure why or how it happens. And I think it has some anatomical kinesiological explanation, but because I'm not that deeply knowledgeable of anatomy, I'm not gonna call it out, but whatever it does, it helps to loosen up your hips. So just a little bit forward and opening up your feet opens up your hips. I don't know, it's magical. it's some sort of magic. And it is magic. I mean, even if you do it in the butterfly and you do it enough, you'll find that your knees will come down, your hips will open up. But we're really concentrating on our lower back right now. So if you imagine that your legs are extended out in front of you, that you can place your belly onto your legs. That's kind of the hinge action that we're going to do, but our legs are going to not going to be extended out in front of us. So we're going to try and bring our belly to the floor. In a sense, that's very figurative. So please don't crank your belly to the floor. And then when you get to a point where you can't, you're like, oh, I can't go any further, then just now we're going to round our spine and bring our head toward our feet. You can use a block to not brace your head, but to just allow your head to have a resting area if you can't reach your feet with your head. You can bring your hands either out in front of you, or you can hold your feet, whatever feels good. We're going to be here for at least a minute. This is just a nice way to release some of what we just did today, because most Most of what we did also affects our hips as well as our lower back. And we just want to make sure that we give our lower back some love and some grace. Breathe deeply into it. And as you come into this and you get comfortable, you can always either lower the block down or you can just take it away. So wherever your flexibility and mobility are at this moment, just know that you can always shift put your positioning. Breathe a little deeper. So go ahead and walk your hands up, remove your tools out of the way, walk your hands along your legs. Nice little massage for the things that keep us going all the time. Our legs. Lots of love. We're going to stay on this so that we keep our hips above the mat. Again, it's just to get really, can you feel that? Can you feel like the difference? Just getting into that deep hip area. Because if you're on the mat and you don't have enough flexibility, then you're going to be struggling. And this just takes away that struggle. We're going to bring one foot in to the inside of our thigh. This is my left foot that's on the inside of my right leg. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to twist a little bit. We're going to take our belly to align with our big toe. We're going to bring our belly and our chest toward our leg. If it feels good, go ahead and you can bend your knee. You can place a block underneath your knee, but your belly meets your leg and then fold over. And again, as you get more comfortable in it, you can always extend your leg out and then get into it. But let your belly and your chest meet your leg first and then fold over. You want to get into your hamstrings a little more, you can always pull your foot toward your face. You'll definitely feel that. All that underside. Ooh. Start to walk your hands along your leg, and then a little massage for your leg. Oh my goodness, that felt so good. I just wanted to stay there, but I know we got to get going. We got to move to the next thing. So bring your, if your whatever opposite leg was on the whatever leg was on the inside, the opposite leg is now on the inside, and we're extending the opposite leg. We're going to twist our belly so that our belly button is aligned with our toe, our big toe, and then we're going to bring our chest and our belly to our thigh. Again, if you need to, bring a block underneath your knee for support, or you can just keep your knee bent, whatever works for you. And then when you can't bring your belly to your chest and to your thigh any further, go ahead and fold over, allowing your head to reach your knee. So in the Sanskrit language, this literally means knee to head pose. I think it's called Janusirashasana. Again, if you want to get some more hamstring action, some calf action, pull your toes toward your face. The next breath, start to walk yourself up using your legs, giving your legs some more massaging. Ah, man. So just to counter this pose, you can either stay on your blanket or on your cushion. I'm going to come off of it so that I can show this. I mean, if you do have, if it does feel better to keep your hips higher off the mat, then that's fine. I'll try this because I haven't tried it this way, so I'm gonna try it today. But we're gonna do a little twist. So you can keep the right leg extended if you want. You can take your left leg and pull it over the knee. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the inside of our right elbow. This is our left knee. We're gonna just wrap it around. We're gonna do a little hug first. So if you want to keep your leg extended, that's fine. I'm going to pull mine back. It's a little more comfortable for me. We're just going to hold our leg and we're going to twist. We're going to do this nice little twist. It's a little gentle. We're also trying to make sure that our both of our sit bones or both of our hips are on the ground. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the right elbow, to the outside of our left knee. And you can keep it up like this. Take your right hand or your left hand behind the left hip. I'm going to put some more leverage on. So I'm going to grab my knee down here and then twist openly a little bit more. Sending your chin toward your shoulder, eyes toward the corners of your eye sockets. If the eyes and the eye sockets get to be a little too much, like maybe you get dizzy or it hurts, just relax your eyes and send them somewhere else. Nicely just come undone. Just kind of slowly undo everything. Oh, oh my goodness, this feels so good. Huh? Right? So again, you can always keep this foot out, whatever feels good. But the idea is eventually we're going to put our elbow on the outside of the knee. This is my right knee. So I'm going to take the inside of my left elbow, wrap it around the outside of my right knee, and then just hold my knee and just nicely twist. It's just kind of a twisting prep. Just so that your back isn't screaming like, what are you doing? Why am I twisting so hard? Take your elbow to the outside of your right knee. So your left elbow, again, you can keep your arm up like this. I like to get a little bit more leverage, so I always use the knee below. And then twist open. Sitting up as if you can, as much as you can. Looking over your shoulder if you can. Sending your eyes to the edges of your eye sockets if you can. Breathing deep if you can. It's a little hard when you're all constricted, but you'll find space. And then slowly undo everything, just nice and slow. We don't, it's a pretty intense twist, so we don't want to like hurt ourselves. All right. I'm going to take this out from underneath me now. And we're going to go into the full forward fold, the seated forward fold. Just like with anything, you can always keep your knees bent. The idea is to bring your belly and your chest towards your thighs. And then if your knees are bent, and then as you relax into the pose, you can always extend your feet out. So starting in the upright position, I got to actually move some peachiness out of the way. Okay. Right, ready, you can start to fold forward. You can either do it like this and fold forward if you like, that kind of helps, or you can just fold into it. It's perfectly fine. But just remember belly to thighs, chest to knees. Allow your head to rest. If you need to use a block for your head, feel free to do that. And then as you relax into it, you can always lower it down or remove it. If you want some more hamstring stretch, you can always bring your toes towards your face. I'm not going to do that today. Forward folds are usually really great for relaxing. It helps to calm the digestive system, helps to calm the nerves. It's a great parasympathetic release, allowing for somatic feelings. I mean, if you want to like make it dynamic, you can. You can always rock. I probably need to put some slower music on. I'm over here rocking out.
Me too. Tapping along.
Yeah. Couple more breaths. On the next inhale, start to rise up, using your legs to just walk your hands along. We're gonna do a little counter action because we're doing a lot of forward folds, so we need to counter this. So I'm gonna turn to the side. We're gonna do the fish pose. So you can either put it underneath your lower back or you can put it in your middle back, whichever feels best. The idea is to bring your elbows down underneath your shoulders and just allow your head to come back. A nice back bend all the way back if you can. If you do need to use another block for your head, go ahead and bring a block back behind you to allow your neck and your head to relax. Whatever height you need is perfectly fine. If you don't need the blocks, you can either start from a supine position and just rise up, coming onto the top of your head, using your elbows for leverage against the floor. Or you can always just lean back, sitting in a sitting position, just lean back with your elbows underneath your shoulders and allowing your head to come back and maybe get to the floor, whichever you prefer. But the idea is to give a little arch to your back just to counter some of that forward fold action that we did. And then slowly come down onto your back, just nice and easy. Then we're going to bring our knees to our chest. Let me move these out of the way. Bring your knees to your chest. You know, rock and roll. You can just go around. You can do big knee circles. You can just hold your knees and just do circles. However you want to do it. What we're doing, we're just releasing the back muscles just a little bit, a little massage action. And then take your left leg down to the floor, extend it out. Keep your right knee bent. Take your left hand to your right knee and pull it over to the left. Extend your right hand out, palm up, and look at your palm. The idea is to keep both shoulder blades on the ground if you can. Bring both knees back to center. Give them a nice little hug. I don't know why. I just thought about ice cream right now. That just sounds really, really good. Take your right leg all the way down to the floor, extend it out. Take your left knee, keep it bent. Right hand to right, right hand to left knee, and pull it over to the right. Left hand tees out, palm up. Shoulder blades are on the ground. And you're looking at your left hand. Your knees to center. Give yourself one last big hug. Rocking and rolling if you want. Happy baby if you want. And then when you're done with all of that, allow your feet to come down to the edges of your mat, the corners of your mat, and we'll prepare for a shavasana. Take a little nap. Relax your toes. Relax your ankles. Relax your heels. Relax your shin and your calves. Relax your knees and the underside of your knees. Relax the tops of your thighs and the undersides of your thighs. Relax your hips and your buttocks. Relax your pelvis and your lower abdomen. Relax your belly and the small of your back. Relax your ribs and your middle of your back. Relax your chest and your upper back. Relax your collarbones and your shoulders. Relax your biceps and your triceps. Relax your elbows and the inside of your elbows. Relax your forearms and your wrists. Relax the palm of your hands and your fingers. Relax your throat and the back of your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your cheeks. Relax your mouth. And allow your tongue to float to the top of your mouth. Relax your ears. Relax your nose and your eyes. Relax the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. Relax your temples and your scalp. And relax the crown of your head. Start to come back to your breath. Allow your fingers and your toes to move or wiggle. Allow your hands and your arms to come above your head and for the biggest stretch of the day. Roll to one side if you want. I just should bring my bed out here. Rise up for sitting. Yeah, just, I mean, even watching the trees, watching the clouds, it's just, I love it. So thank you for joining me today. My name is Elsa Carmen, and namaste. See you again.